everybody, and welcome back. This time week 9. So a couple of quick topics and then closing. Like the course, we close the project in an orderly fashion. So let's begin. Benefits realization or benefits realization management, BRM, is something that I've wanted to talk to you about for some time now. So benefits realization management or BRM, it provides organizations with a way to measure how projects and programs really add true value to an enterprise. And so benefits realization is kind of that process then of identifying and executing and measuring benefits, right? So it's process enabled, and it helps the project to be defined and implemented. And this is going to lead to a delivery of outputs that delights the customer beyond scope, schedule, cost, right? Sometimes. So benefit realization is kind of should be a mandatory study. And you'll understand why when I give you an example in a minute. So with BRM, right, we want to ensure that the capabilities are created by the programs that we're developing in the projects to deliver anticipated business benefits, right? It becomes an enabler for what we're trying to achieve. So this process is going to inform the business case and the program plan, and all of this, of course, needs to be synchronized. Now, the outcome would be any change that's introduced that as a final result adds additional benefit, right? Benefits are the real why of a project, if you think about it like that. Benefits are measurable improvements and resulting from the final result or outcome. So I will put it this way. Think of a Thanksgiving dinner, right? How do you measure success? Well, based on everything we've studied so far, and this would be my answer too, I would say success is measured by, did I have enough food? Was all the food consumed with no leftovers? The only leftovers remaining were enough for every family to take a plate home with them, right? Those are real success criteria, right? Did I stay within my budget, etc. So that scope, schedule, and did people arrive within 10 minutes of the planned time and depart within 20 minutes of me planning for them to depart? That's scope, schedule, and cost. But beyond that, a true measure of success, those are measures of success. There's no doubt. There's no waste. You've managed resources. People got what they came for. But did they really? So other benefits might be, did everyone have a chance to dialogue with everyone else, at least for a few minutes during the evening? That's more towards benefits realization, right? Did they make contacts with others that they haven't seen in a while? Did they share cards or phone numbers for future contact? Did they begin to plan out or plot the next holiday gathering together, right? That's benefits realization on top of cost, schedule, and scope. So kind of interesting. Another topic I wanted to touch on was project audits, right? As a project manager, I love an audit because I'm human. We all make mistakes. Even though we've planned a good plan, my teammates are human. Things get off course and sometimes we don't realize it. So an audit by a structured effort that's an independent team can look and make sure that I'm following the processes I'm doing in quality assurance, that I'm applying best practices, and as I develop a best practice, sharing it with the entire organization. I also do projects with or audits with risk management, right? I want a risk team to come in and assess my ability to accomplish the goals that I'm trying to achieve, okay? I will also, after an closing, ask for a procurement audit or expect my boss to send one in. I want to make sure that I am using company resources to the best of my ability, that any lessons I've learned in this procurement, either for my project or for others, are applied. So I love an audit. I think it's a positive thing. Others look at it as a fearful thing. There will be findings. The goal is not to have major findings, and I think that's easily doable. Don't forget, project reporting comes in 3 flavors. Work performance data, which is just raw data that you collect during the executing process group. Work performance information, which is that raw data analyzed, and that is called work performance information in project management. And through that, I can develop work performance reports for my senior leaders, for my change control boards. And the reports are like executive summaries, 1-page summary of the data and the information that can be used in various aspects. We've spent this whole course studying all of these process groups across the top. The knowledge areas down the left-hand side, that's your subject matter expertise, through many of these processes. And we get to the last one, which is really up here. This is a closing process group, which only has one process, and that's close, project, or phase. So when doing that, the closing process group, this is the end, right? The scope is done. But is the project really finished? No, it is not. Not to a project manager. Project closing is like in the computer world, an orderly shutdown of your computer, right? So project closing is where we finish the project. The customer has looked at, inspected through validate scope, that's a control process, and accepted the deliverable, and now they're signing for it, right? And so the project is only complete when this whole process closing is complete, right? And so when the customer signs for the deliverable, we're not done yet, is what I'm saying. The customer formally signs off, and now we're ready for closing, right? So close project or close phase. When we close each phase, we talked about that earlier as a gate check at the end of each phase, a toll gate or a stop gate, sometimes called a kill point. So, and what this does is ensure that the processes are complete in all the process groups before we move on. We make sure that we record and update all of our status reports, our trend reports, our forecast reports, our earned value management reports. When the phase is complete, we do that. When the project is complete, even when the project is terminated early, you update your documents because this project or something similar may be picked up in some time shortly after, and you want to use your documents as lessons learned. So do not wait for the project closing even to do a procurement closing. Close procurements as they happen. You may have lots of procurements in your project. Close them as they happen. And then last but not least, here's the closing project or phase process in the process group. But here's kind of in plain English what we're talking about. We want to confirm the work is done according to the requirements, and that's what our quality control is going to do. Then we go to the customer with the deliverable, and we get their formal acceptance, formal sign-off, and that's what validate scope is going to do. Then we can finalize all the activities, hand off the product that they've signed for, and close all procurements by resolving any open items. We want to collect feedback from the stakeholders and the customer. We want to do final performance reports, which shows the project has been successful, but even if it's terminated early, what have we done up till now? We want to archive and index the records, and of course, always do lessons learned, which you've been collecting throughout the project, right? Cover the technical aspects, the work breakdown structure, COM, leadership, risk register, change control, etc. Okay, that's it. It's been fun. I look forward to our time back in the classroom online. Okay, thanks. And meeting you in person.